sit, enjoying the shade. Hey, brother, pour the wine. Drink the
Good evening. Happy Sunday and welcome to Drink in the Style, brought to you by Habitation Furnishing and Design on Excelsior Boulevard in St. Louis Park. I am your host, Gregory Rich, and I am going to help you kill your Sunday early evening with some booze and conversation. Our guest this week is Lena LoPesio, who listeners may remember from an earlier program. Lena is the former owner of Vogue Furniture in Bloomington and the creative genius behind some of the Twin Cities' coolest interior design projects. And I'm happy to say the new design studio director at Habitation Furnishing and Design. Welcome, Lena.
Thank you. Very excited to be here and with you at Habitation.
It is like really huge news. I'm so excited. Lena is just a wonderful person, and she's going to take Habitation in like amazing places. I'm sure of it.
I can second that.
Awesome. All right. We're also pleased to have Mr. Jordan Morris back again this week after taking a week off because of some work-related thing or something. Jordan, welcome back to Drink in the Style. We missed you, man.
Thank you. It was good to be here. You know, got to keep the ship running sometimes, but I was thinking of you guys.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate that. It's the restaurant business has a lot of demands, a lot of scheduling things going on. So we did miss you last week, but it's a good thing. Mill Valley is killing it, busy as can be, and all things are going well. Yeah,
it's double-edged sword. You know, that's the part of the craziness and the stress, but that's also what us lunatics who decide to get into the restaurant industry really enjoy.
You know my line on the restaurant business, right?
You've got so many lines, Greg.
I do.
Tell me this one.
This one's good. This one, anyone in the restaurant business is going to know this one or appreciate it. There are three constants in the restaurant business: sex, drugs, and bankruptcy.
Yes.
And it's a package deal. You can only choose all three or none at all.
Yeah. So far, we're sneaking by that third one.
Yeah, certainly nothing implied there. Just as a consistent watcher of the restaurant business, it seems to me like that is the standard. Anyway, we are back to drink a little bit with some much needed alcohol following the 4th of July week with the weird Wednesday holiday. I know a lot of people are still kind of limping their way through. A lot of boaters out on Lake Minnetonka this week weren't sure whether we should be celebrating the previous weekend or this weekend. So I say, why choose, right?
Yes, I was kind of torn, like if I should do like a Pepto-Bismol kind of drink, or maybe even a Bloody Mary, just a little hair of the dog. But I decided to embrace some things that kind of felt like America to me. So we went with some good Kentucky bourbon and some peach and basil in the form of a whiskey smash. A little twist on that. So we've got some peach puree, Blanton's bourbon, Kentucky bourbon, and then we're going to shake that with a little lemon juice and basil. And it's very simple, very quick.
So
delicious.
a whiskey smash.
Yep.
Using bourbon, as we just said, and the specific bourbon you chose, you said, was
Blanton's bourbon.
Blanton's bourbon, which is
proclaiming
really
the
cool.
original single barrel bourbon whiskey.
That's a heck of a claim.
Heck of a claim.
That is a heck of a claim. It's a delicious whiskey, though. We had a little shot before we started just to get things ready, and I'd say that is one of the brightest bourbons I've ever tasted. It's got a real...
It wasn't just the sweet bourbon. It started off that way and smooth, but then it kind of some of those spices actually kind of come through that you'd expect more of from a rye.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I agree completely. It also has a cork with a little horse racing guy on top of it, cast in pewter. So, I mean, the marketing is brilliant on this bourbon.
Yes, whenever someone's drinking at the bar, if they see the bottles getting low, they'll order another round or two, and then they claim the horse and jockey on top.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
And we honor that, certainly. We go through plenty of that. Just about every bartender and manager's got a couple of those in their drawer at home.
No kidding. That is... It's another brilliant marketing maneuver by the bourbon company, the Blanton Bourbon Company. All right, so we're having the whiskey smash, and a smash refers to...
Kind of the way I'm going to make the cocktail. I'm just going to do it all in our highball, or a lowball would work, but I think we're going to fill it up a little bit higher, so I chose the slightly taller glass, and we're going to smash it all in the glass and shake it right in the glass. And I think the original or a classic whiskey smash is going to have a little mint and lemon, but we've added the peach and swapped out the mint for basil. Just went with the bourbon and peach a little bit better, I thought.
That's awesome. And once again, it is going to be each cocktail is made individually in its own glass.
Yeah,
So
normally
you
I
can
make
kind
one
of
cocktail
tailor it.
and then I'll catch up on the rest of them for everybody else at the end or in between our sets here. But it's a quick cocktail. I'm going to see if I can make 4 real quick.
All right, now,
without boring everybody.
Brett, go ahead and give us our mixing music.
There we go.
Excellent.
So it's going to be 2 ounces of the Blanton's bourbon. I'm going to go around the horn here for all 4 of us. Can't forget about Brett.
Got to keep the producer happy.
Exactly.
Or I'll start bleeping random words in the episode.
All right, so that's 2 ounces of the bourbon. And then just a little bit of sweetness, so a 1/4 ounce of Demerara simple syrup. So it's just a 1-to-1 ratio of sugar to water, and I'm using Demerara sugar, which is an unrefined sugar cane.
It is
Sugar.
brown in color. And what our listeners obviously can't see is that Jordan is just pouring everything into a rocks glass, not over ice. That comes later.
Correct. Now I'm going to add a 1/2 ounce of peach puree. Peel your peaches, nice ripe ones, and throw them in the blender. That's all you got to do for that. There are some brands out there, some companies that do make some really good fruit purees you can buy frozen that are very convenient just to kind of have your frozen pantry stocked for random inspiration.
And I also think you can use Gerber baby food.
Seriously,
if you'd like.
Absolutely, you really could. That stuff's pretty great.
We all have kids, actually. What was your favorite flavor of Gerber's? Because we all know that sooner or later we try
We
a little
all
bit.
eat it. It's true.
And it's good. It's delicious
I was
stuff.
going to say the pears. It's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Never liked the carrots.
Ugh.
Those were gross.
Or the meat. Really?
They had
No.
meat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't remember the meat.
I sure do. So then I also added a 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. Now I'm going to throw a few nice large leaves of basil, fresh basil. All right, now we can fill each glass with ice.
Interesting. So he's got full-fledged sprigs of basil. We're not dropping in just little leaves. We're dropping in a whole sprig of basil.
This is a rustic preparation of a cocktail. It's called a smash, for Pete's sake. Let's have a little fun.
Darn right. It's going to end up kind of lumpy. Home-style cocktails.
I like that. You know, sometimes I get a little crazy with the mojito. Drinking a salad is tough sometimes.
So now I've got a small top of a cocktail shaker, of like a martini shaker, and that's going to fit perfectly over my drink here. If you don't have one that fits perfectly, you can always just dump this into a full martini shaker and then transfer it back to your glass. So I'm just going to tap that over top.
Shaking, smashing the...
Give it a smash.
Yeah, it's
Smashing.
And that's it. Now I'm just going to throw a couple more cubes of ice on top to fill the glass up.
And you've got a little bit of froth that's worked its way up in that. And
If you got any cute basil leaves left over, you can always garnish. But to be honest, I think it's pretty enough as is.
and no mint. You did not put any
No
mint
mint.
in
I
that.
went all basil, peach, and bourbon.
All basil, all the time. All right, fantastic. Well, we're going to go to break, but when we come back, we will be enjoying the Whiskey Smash, courtesy of Jordan Morris in Mill Valley Kitchen. And Lena LoPesio, the new boss at Habitation Furnishing and Design, is going to be in to talk a little bit about big things on the future. You're listening to Drinking the Style.
Call my buddy on the telephone and say,
This is Gregory Rich, host of Drink in the Style, and I want to talk to you about rehab. Not that kind. I'm talking about Designer Rehab in St. Louis Park. Designer Rehab is the best furniture consignment store in the Twin Cities, and we're currently accepting consignment on gently used sofas, chairs, tables, and more. If you're ready for an upgrade, bring your furniture in for consignment. Then swing over to Habitation Furnishing and Design and let us fill your home with some of the best furnishings you'll find anywhere. Designer Rehab. It's only a matter of time.
Connections Radio Show is all about tapping into our hardwired hunger to connect. We examine meaningful connections to ourselves, our community, and the world around us. By opening the door to innovative insights by a wide variety of interesting guests, we'll make the connections to something bigger than ourselves. Join me, Lori Fitz, your host of Connections Radio Show, and together we'll make the connections. Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
Hi, Gregory Rich, host of Drink in the Style, right here on AM 950. If you're a small business owner like me, I know you're buried in paperwork. State tax filing, sales tax, property tax, insurance, it never ends. But what about payroll? I'd like to recommend ADP. ADP can handle all of your payroll needs ranging from direct deposit to unemployment insurance. And they've got great local representatives as well. Why don't you give my rep, Shelby Logue, a call at 320-420-0900.
AM 950 listeners, we have a home cleaning company with an offer just for you. They're Blue Sky Services. Blue Sky Services will wash your windows, siding, gutters, clean those black streaks off your roof, and much more. Window washing starts at $100. Siding cleaning starts at $199. Call Blue Sky Services at 651-447-4484 to ask for the AM 950 special. If you hear this, you have an exclusive house cleaning offer for AM 950 listeners. Call Blue Sky Services at 651-447-4484. That's 651-447-4484.
Hi, Gregory Rich, owner of Habitation Furnishing and Design and host of Drink in the Style right here on AM 950. Hey, I've only got a few seconds, so here's the deal. Habitation is the coolest furniture store in town. Not only have we got some of the most exceptional furniture in the cities, but in many cases, Habitation can offer you store credit on your existing furniture. Stop in, talk to one of our designers, and let us help you make your home exceptional. Habitation Furnishing and Design, 4317 Excelsior Boulevard in St. Louis Park. Did you know that Habitation Furnishing and Design has the area's largest selection of noir and CFC furniture? Are you familiar with them? I once had a customer describe noir as a cross between Restoration Hardware and Beetlejuice. I love that. And CFC, bench-made furniture out of the heart of California, is definitionally cool. In any event, check out the lines at noirfurniturela.com and then swing into the store and check them out in person. Habitation Furnishing and Design, 1 mile east of Highway 100 on Excelsior Boulevard.
I don't need no doctor, 'cause I know what's ailing me. I don't need no...
Welcome back to Drink in the Style, brought to you by Habitation Furnishing and Design in St. Louis Park. We are currently really enjoying a whiskey smash, courtesy of Blanton's Bourbon, this afternoon. And we're speaking with Lena LoPesio, the new design studio director at Habitation Furnishing and Design, the new big wig in this space. Jordan, this is a great, healthful feeling drink.
With 2 ounces of whiskey. It's
That's why I love it.
this is some excellent deception we've got going on here, huh?
It is absolutely perfect, actually. 2 ounces is a standard issue cocktail in my house, anyway.
Well, good mental health goes a long way for the body, I think, in my personal opinion. So if we can do this in the right moderation.
I agree completely. And now with the 2 ounces, that means that since the drink is half price at Mill Valley Kitchen this week, that is value. You can't afford not to order a whiskey smash when you stop in and ask for the Drink in the Style special.
Yeah, $6 ain't too bad.
Wow, seriously?
For Blanton's.
Wow, we'll see you Monday.
Right? Come on in.
That's like paying me to drink. All right, I won't be in it all next week, Lena. If you need me, you'll find me at Mill Valley Kitchen. All right, but it is a really, really tasty cocktail. And Lena had one request before we put a cocktail together, which was no tequila, because I think you were margaritaed out from your recent trip to Las Vegas over the 4th of July.
I can't even say the word.
Tequila.
I've never gotten to the point of having to say no to tequila, although I will admit that after the 4th of July, I was feeling a little, we'll just say a little under the weather.
I took a couple years off of tequila once. I remember overhearing my friend say at the bar, right as I was starting to lose consciousness, at least memory of the evening, he asked for 6 shots of the cheapest tequila you have. I believe it was Pepe Lopez was the name of the tequila. I found out the next day. I then sang karaoke, so people tell me, and I took a couple years off of tequila.
That is actually the most awesome line I've ever heard. I can't wait to walk up to a bar, slam my fist down, and say, "Give me 6 shots of the cheapest tequila you have."
That makes me want to have you drink tequila more.
Oh, no.
I love that. All right, great. Yeah. I got a whole new big shot line.
Yeah.
I'm going to put down like 6 single-dollar bills.
Yeah.
So raid out
Make
the
it
bar.
rain, Greg.
Make it rain bad tequila.
Oh, my gosh. So, all right. So, Lena, back to Vegas. Here is the question I thought I would pose to the group as we're enjoying our whiskey smash. Las Vegas, love it or hate it? There's not a lot in between.
I'm going to say both.
Darn it, you picked in between.
Oh, no, but
No in between.
Vegas is the city where every trip is different depending on who you go with. This last time I went with an 8-year-old. That was a little different than the last trip.
Because they cannot hold their liquor at all.
At all.
Yeah,
Horrible.
it's funny, and they never bluff.
They grow up.
Yeah, seriously, and it's embarrassing at the craps table because they can't see over the rail. No?
No.
All right. We went to, so you
just
did.
lost
You
half
went with
our
your
audience.
daughter. I know, right? And the FCC is getting a letter. It's spelled Rich, R-I-C-H. But you did go with your daughter,
I
who is just a darling little girl. Hi, Sienna. How are you, dear?
Hi, honey.
And you stayed at New York, New York, which is a great hotel for the family.
For tiny ones, yes. And we actually are the only people on the planet who actually have family in Vegas. We know people that really live there.
Right, and you've got an aunt who has a restaurant. Is that right?
Yes, an Italian restaurant, amazing food. We go for the food, I go for the booze. It's a win for everybody.
What's the name of the restaurant?
The Sicilian Restaurant.
And where is it?
Off the beaten path. It's about 10. Everything's in minutes there, by the way. We are miles here, but there everything's in minutes. They're 10 minutes off the strip.
10 minutes off the strip. And again, though, distance, that makes sense because distance has no meaning in Las Vegas.
Time has no meaning.
Time has no meaning. The only thing that does have meaning is money, and I'm not sure exactly what that meaning is, but it definitely has some meaning. But the distance thing is so confusing. It was one of the things that I was talking about earlier, and that is that because the scale of Las Vegas is so insanely large, because the buildings are so massive, you can't judge how far distance is between anything. So you wind up literally like just walking. It's like you're in one of those gravitation machines where you keep walking, but you never move forward. Because no matter how much you keep looking at, there's the Bellagio, I can see it. It just, you never quite get there.
It's the mirage syndrome out in the desert.
It is. Now, Jordan, you've not actually been to Vegas, though, right?
No, so I guess I have to say I hate it, but
Oh.
that's only because, we talked about money is the only thing that matters there, and I've never really had any. So,
Then it wouldn't matter.
but I will say the flights to Vegas are cheap. I have done that before en route to Arizona for some random trips. I had some family down there once upon a time and snuck through Vegas that way. Plenty of places to rent a car in Vegas, and
Absolutely.
so I found that quite convenient.
And then it's a quick, easy drive through nothing to get, well, anywhere that's not Las Vegas.
Yeah, and then that's an interesting drive, Vegas to Arizona. It's just this constant rolling. It's almost like you're on a roller coaster.
With nothing.
I thought I was losing my mind. I just kept seeing these borough crossing signs, and I had my luggage sitting in shotgun, sitting right next to me in the passenger seat, and the seat would ding every time the airbag turned on and off. So as I'm going over these, it's just bing, 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 bing.
Really?
And the sun was setting after I'd been, on the plane for a while, then driving for a while. It was
Madness.
It was getting pretty trippy out there.
That's madness. Wow. How about you, Brett? Are you a Vegas guy?
So I actually am listening to this conversation, although I have not been to Las Vegas. I am actually going next month.
Oh,
Really?
yay.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, you should go to Vegas. I mean, sooner or later you got to go to
It's
Vegas.
for kind of a work thing, though, not related to the station, my other part-time job I have.
That's
but
what everyone says.
I know, right? It's
so
funny.
all the money I'll make, I'll just have to spend there, I suppose, right?
One of the main reasons I go to Vegas is that one of the international furniture shows is held in Las Vegas
Yes.
twice a year, and the January show, for whatever reason, always coincides with the Adult Film Star Convention in Las Vegas. So I go there for work as well, Brett.
I don't have to attend that this year, do I?
Yeah, no. Well, we'll talk to Gino. We'll see what happens. But yeah, no, it's funny. Vegas it's not one of my favorite places. It's so loud and sensory overload, and it's just mayhem. And I'm not a huge gambler, although they have drinking absolutely everywhere, so that's worth something overall. But Brett, when you do go down there for work, though,
Work, exactly, yes.
for work, though, yeah, we made air quotes with work, right? When you do go down there for work, you still have the evenings. You can sneak away to the craps table or the poker table or something. So you can at
I am
least get a
terrible at
sense.
both, but yeah, I can still try it.
I still don't know how to play craps.
I don't either, but I'm a roulette girl, and I
I
could do
don't
a
either,
good
actually.
6 hours of roulette.
Can you really?
Absolutely.
That spinning wheel doesn't just eventually just mess with your head.
Eventually, but you know what? And it's a good time. You meet a lot of people around the tables. Everyone there is there to have a good time. I mean, it doesn't get better than a crowd of happy people.
This is
Fair
very, very
enough.
true.
I usually hang out with the sad folks at the blackjack table.
The sad
That is
and
true.
rigorous people. At the blackjack table, you follow the rules or somebody's going to stare you down. God
Yep.
forbid you try to...
God forbid the penny slot.
Oh, no. All right, we're going to cut to break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about habitation. We're going to be enjoying the remainder of our smash, probably refilling. Thanks for listening. Drink in the Style. We'll be back in a moment.
Cotton is down to a quarter of a pound, but I'm but
Hi, Gregory Rich, owner of Habitation Furnishing and Design and host of Drink in the Style Sundays at 5 p.m. right here on AM 950. Habitation is Minneapolis' coolest furniture design studio. Our in-house design staff specializes in creating spaces that reflect your style, your values, and your taste. From edgy modern to transitional, Habitation is here to help you craft your home. Know what's also exciting? Habitation offers AM 950 listeners complimentary interior design services, which include an appraisal of any furniture pieces you may want to trade in for store credit. That's right. Habitation will take your gently used furniture and issue you store credit on fresh, fantastic furniture. Check out Habitation today. 4317 Excelsior Boulevard in St. Louis Park, 1 mile east of Highway 100, or visit us online at habitationdesign.com.
Burger Mo's gorgeous patio is open for the season. Enjoy nightly happy hours, more than 60 beers on tap, and the weather while you watch your favorite game on the outdoor screen. And don't miss live music Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Offering 20 fresh, never frozen burger varieties, Burger Mo's also offers delicious appetizers, soups, salads, as well as unburgers, dogs, paninis, shakes, and desserts. Burger Mo's is located at 242 West 7th Street in St. Paul with plenty of free parking and online at burgermos.com.
Hi, Gregory Rich, host of Drink in the Style Sundays at 5 p.m. right here on AM 950. Have you heard about Designer Rehab? Designer Rehab is the area's coolest furniture consignment store. Gently used furnishings as well as closeouts and clearance items at really stellar prices. Whether you're shopping or interested in consigning, Designer Rehab is a must visit in the Twin Cities. Located at 4317 Excelsior Boulevard in St. Louis Park. Designer Rehab. It's only a matter of time.
Saturdays at 1 p.m., you have a chance at a fresh start, a new beginning. Hi, everybody. This is Freddie Bell, host of New Beginnings. Our show features the concerns of America's 78 million baby boomers in employment, finance, health and nutrition, spirituality, and even entertainment. Every day is a chance for a fresh start. Join us Saturdays at 1 p.m. for New Beginnings with Freddie Bell on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
Hi, Gregory Rich, host of Drink in the Style right here on AM 950. If you're a small business owner like me, I know you're buried in paperwork. State tax filing, sales tax, property tax, insurance, it never ends. But what about payroll? I'd like to recommend ADP. ADP can handle all of your payroll needs ranging from direct deposit to unemployment insurance. And they've got great local representatives as well. Why don't you give my rep, Shelby Logue, a call at 320-420-0900.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Hunter Haas. Tonight, chance of showers with a low around 70. Monday, mostly sunny with a high near 89. And Tuesday, sunny with a high near 88. Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces is your place to find indoor-outdoor stoves and fireplaces. Good for warming yourself by the fire or cooking in a beautiful wood-burning oven. Award-winning installations. Conveniently located at 2901 Franklin Avenue East in Minneapolis. Find out more at woodlandstoves.com.
I got a woman way over town that's good to me. Oh yeah. Say I got a woman way over town, good to me.
We do have good
yeah.
music here on Drink in the Style, don't we? I mean, that's a quality track. Brett, do you agree?
Definitely, yeah. Can't go wrong with Ray Charles, yeah.
Welcome back. Yes.
And that song, yes.
All of our music, short of our theme song from Dean Martin, was courtesy of Ray Charles. And if you guys are Ray Charles fans, you know that he's like second to none. And if you're not, honestly,
You should be.
Yeah, seriously.
Who's
Turn your
not a
radio
fan
up.
of Ray Charles? That's my question.
What kind of monster would not appreciate the genius of Ray Charles?
He's in my top 3.
He really is. Who are the other two?
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder, we knew that. And
Prince.
and Prince. I guess I could have put
You
that
could have
together
put that
if I
together.
had put it together. Ray Charles, though, is absolutely amazing, and he's got this great album called Anthology, which is kind of a best of, which usually is really weak. But in this case, oh my God, Anthology is like the most soulful collection of Ray Charles tracks you will find. So I recommend it highly. It can be bought in the merchandise section of drinkinthestyle.com. I'm just kidding. There is no merchandise section of drinkinthestyle.com. E-commerce scares me.
Yet.
Although there was big news very quickly that we should cover on internet sales. Speaking of furniture and retail and everything else, very quickly, the addition of sales tax to the purchase of online items as an option, courtesy of the Supreme Court. Consumers, of course, probably look at this as a negative because they've just lost a 7% discount. But those who are perhaps more interested in the grander health of the American economy will realize that from a brick and mortar perspective and from a jobs perspective, it seems like it's a leveling of the field. That seems fair, does it not?
That makes sense.
No, I think it's fantastic. It's a boomerang. I think people are coming right back to where we started. They want service.
Service is indeed what it's all about, and that is a fantastic transition. Thank you, Lena. So once again, welcome to Habitation. You actually joined a little bit ago, but now we're formally rolling you out as the new design studio director.
All it took was my first show, and I was a believer, and now I'm on board.
It's the amazing power of the radio.
Right.
All right, so you're coming on board. You are going to have a chance to make substantial changes at Habitation if you'd like and keep some of the great things that we've done because it has been just a wonderful, wonderful place over the past many years. But as you come on board and start to look at the organization itself, tell me, first from a conceptual perspective, what makes a design studio, what makes a furniture retail store great?
Well, big loaded question. There's
I know,
a
right?
ton. But, I mean, to put it simply, it really does come down to two things to me. People and their philosophy for their clients. I think that thinking of what their needs are first and foremost before your own will make you successful and give you a place that you love to go to every day and make life worth living. I like to get out of bed every morning.
It beats the alternative. Well, I don't know. I mean, there have been some mornings where I would prefer to just hang out, but you're right. I mean, you've got to have a pleasant place to go. You've got to have a philosophy. You've got to have a reason for doing what you're necessarily doing. And
Culture.
A culture, for lack of a culture.
I think we missed that for a long time, and I think that the boom of the internet kind of took that away. Companies were struggling to compete and were trying to be what the internet was, and it didn't leave a lot of room for them to be who they should be. And we have a whole new generation coming up after the internet has sprouted, and I think we're going back to some of the basics.
I think that's probably true. I mean, we experimented for a while with, a certain level of bare bones everything, and the only thing that matters is what you ultimately pay, nothing that goes, along with it, be it quality, be it service, be it, expertise, all kind of got thrown to the side for a little bit during this frenzy of excitement over kind of direct-to-consumer sales. But now there's a realization, to a great extent, that, there's expertise that is missing. And that's why you have brick and mortar stores. That's why you have restaurants sometimes. Not everything can be cut down to the bone.
Right.
Well-
You buy enough crap online, you'll realize where you've been making some mistakes.
It's very true. When I first opened Habitation, I was going to put in what I was going to call the Internet Corner of Shame, where I was going to have like a particular item that was ordered recently online, physically there, and then
Right.
the item, as it showed up, so that people would get a sense. Because you
That
can
actually
win for
would
a
have been
while.
Listen, I can drink at home, but I like to go visit Jordan at Mill Valley because, quite frankly, he knows how to make a drink. And it's a great experience.
It's a great point. You're absolutely right. And, it comes down to joie de vivre to a certain point. And, I've used the line before, living is the big stuff, life is in the details.
Right. I mean, you can go to McDonald's and get full on a cheeseburger for $1. But, you go to a nice restaurant that cares and that's genuine and gives you that service, and you walk in the door and the air conditioning is just right and the chairs are comfortable and the music's picked out according to the mood and the service, whether it's brunch or dinner. And all those things. The plates are clean and they're dropped off with a smile, and all those little details of service and those types of service industries, whether it be, furniture or restaurants, all those details do matter.
They really do. I mean, it really makes a difference in life. I mean, everything, if we simply want to be drones and, march, back and forth without any kind of color or appreciation of life, that's an option, I suppose. But it's not an option I would choose. I want to have experience. I want to enjoy what I'm doing. I want to appreciate.
And I think even if you get lucky, by buying something online, which can happen, you can get lucky.
Mm-hmm.
You read enough reviews and you might, find something that's, what you're looking for, and it fills that void, at least temporarily. But how much is it going to mean to you, and how much do you appreciate it? And are you going to care for it and make sure that this piece of furniture or whatever it is you bought online is going to last a long time? But if you know that Greg or Lena sold it to you and they had this great conversation and you have a little bit of the story behind it, it adds value to your purchase.
I agree completely.
Well, sometimes people don't even know what they need or want. You can browse through pictures and, see something flashy and fun and grab it. Mm-hmm. And boy, do you pay for it later.
Right.
And it is. And, I've mentioned this before, but again, it's, I've had a lot of clients, I really truly have, who have filled their entire house full of, restoration hardware pieces or Pottery Barn or West, everything came from one place and they expected it to be perfect. They expect that it's going to look like they live in a magazine, but you find out very quickly that is all meaningless stuff.
Right.
It's not reflective of what you wanted. It's not reflective of the way that you necessarily live. It has no meaning. It's just constant mass-produced filling of vacant spaces, and you can't throw enough furniture into the void to make it fill, can you?
I couldn't agree more.
Right? And quality is really important. My daughter marks down some of the stranger things I say, and
I love that she does that, by the way.
I
know a little backstory about me coming on to Habitation. I actually have known Greg for more than 20 years. We're very old friends and actually old colleagues.
We are indeed. Well, I was your client. I was
Yes.
one of your very first clients back when my wife, Christina, and I moved into Minnesota and went out, and we really wanted some furniture, and we did not like what we saw at the big box stores, and we happened on Vogue Furniture on Excelsior Boulevard back in the day, and I still remember you coming out from the back of the store and just so friendly, so warm, and I was like, this is a great place. This is where I want to shop.
Yeah. So I'm right back at home, and the best thing I have to say about Greg is he's always been willing to try anything to make the client happy, and that was my same philosophy. So to be completely honest, that was the number one reason I joined.
That is awesome to hear. Thank you. And as you have joined, we have come up with really a 6-part plan for making Habitation the most exceptional place in Minnesota to buy furniture. And I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, and we're going to take the remainder of this segment, the next segment, to talk about each point. So let's start by talking about point number 1, the start of the entire retail process, the in-house consult. Lena, tell me what we mean by that.
Well, we came up this point plan thinking about what we like when we go out shopping and what we would want if we walked into a business and wanted the service. So our first point was the in-home consultation, where we literally take care of all the work for you in your own house. Who's got time to run from place to place to place? So we make an appointment and we come out and we measure the entire floor. I mean, every inch. We take a bazillion photographs. We sit and talk about how you use your space. Who lives in the space? How often you're in the space? How long do you need it to last? I mean, every point of the way you're going to use it, we really take, a nice full inventory of your space, your life.
because there's tons of things that you don't necessarily think about. You come into a living room as a civilian, maybe, you know, a non-furniture person.
We
And
call them colorly challenged.
fair enough. All right, there it is, the inside
I'm
joke.
kidding.
So you come in and you think, all right, this is where the sofa's supposed to go, and I want a sofa that's gray. End of story. You don't think about the fact that how many people are necessarily going to be watching TV maybe from this room, how much wear and tear is going on, all these different things.
Or your 3 dogs. You forgot about your 3 dogs.
And the 3 dogs. The dogs must be comfortable. Because,
absolutely.
folks, I don't know if you realize it or not, but the dogs are on the sofa. Whether you realize it or not, when you're home, when you're not home,
they live there.
It's their house.
Yep.
All right.
That's where they chew on their toys.
Yeah, they do. They absolutely do. Why wouldn't they? Because they're comfortable. It's a sofa, for God's sake. Exactly. So we've got expertise. We're thinking ahead. We're coming in for the in-house consultation. We're coming up with some different concepts. Where do you go from there?
Well, then we take a minute and we go back and we take our time, usually quite a few days. And we really look at the space. We plan it out on a floor plan. We put it all into our brilliant new technology, of course. And we really look at how you're going to live, and we start pulling ideas. Because everything we have is special orderable in hundreds of fabrics and finishes, and not at a giant price tag. These are just options that are now available.
What it comes down to is, and we're tag teaming on the brilliance of this, but it's true. There are 2 things you could do. If you are a Hom Furniture, if it is Hom, there's no E. I've been spelling for 45 years. Hom Furniture, they inventory all the sofas that they necessarily have for the most part, and then they move them along, and that's the business concept. At Habitation, we want things to be absolutely perfect.
And unique.
And it's not that, we are going to charge more for a particular piece because it's custom order. We're just saying, give us the extra 8 weeks, for example, to make sure that what you get is absolutely ideal, is exactly what this room calls for. And then we'll pass it along, and the prices will remain consistent. Since we're not inventorying everything under the sun, we don't need to cover the cost of those warehouse
Exactly right.
expenses.
It's just a matter of us being able to delve into our vast inventory that we have to look through for what's perfect for your space. And believe me, we've got a lot of books. We've got a lot of stuff to look through, and we know how to look through them. And we save them from that.
And that's the initial in-house consultation, is to figure out exactly what's necessarily there. All right, those are the 2 first points of the plan, the in-house consult and the special order at reasonable prices. When we come back, we're talking about 4 more exceptional parts of Habitation. Thanks for listening. Join us in just a couple minutes. Hi, Gregory Rich, owner of Habitation Furnishing and Design and host of Drink in the Style right here on AM 950. Hey, I've only got a few seconds, so here's the deal. Habitation is the coolest furniture store in town. Not only have we got some of the most exceptional furniture in the cities, but in many cases, Habitation can offer you store credit on your existing furniture. Stop in, talk to one of our designers, and let us help you make your home exceptional. Habitation Furnishing and Design, 4317 Excelsior Boulevard in St. Louis Park. Did you know that Habitation Furnishing and Design has the area's largest selection of noir and CFC furniture? Are you familiar with them? I once had a customer describe noir as a cross between Restoration Hardware and Beetlejuice. I love that. And CFC, bench-made furniture out of the heart of California, is definitionally cool. In any event, check out the lines at noirfurniturela.com and then swing into the store and check them out in person. Habitation Furnishing and Design, 1 mile east of Highway 100 on Excelsior Boulevard.
I'm Richard R.J. Eskow, and this week on the 0 Hour, we'll be discussing political corruption, Wall Street shenanigans, our corporate overlords, digital dystopia, and maybe throw in a surprise or 2 as well. All this and more on the 0 Hour every Sunday night from 9 until midnight on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
Gus Modern out of Toronto, Canada has crushed the Twin Cities market with their amazingly refined blend of mid-century and contemporary furniture styles. It's kind of Scandinavian, it's kind of clean, it's just plain cool. And the fact is that Gus Modern is an affordable, delightful product line. We've got all of it for you to take a look at Habitation Furnishing and Design on Excelsior Boulevard in St. Louis Park. Come on in and check it out or go to gusmodern.com.
Red, white, and blue savings at the Home Depot means the best prices of the season on new appliances, up to 40% off special buys. Like the Whirlpool White Top-Load Washer and Electric Dryer, just $548 each, over $500 off the pair. We'll even toss in free delivery. When it comes to appliances, we're pushing all the right buttons. Red, white, and blue savings now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through July 11th, U.S. only while supplies last. Gas dryer extra free delivery on purchases of $396 or more.
This is Gregory Rich, host of Drink in the Style, and I want to talk to you about rehab. Not that kind. I'm talking about Designer Rehab in St. Louis Park. Designer Rehab is the best furniture consignment store in the Twin Cities, and we're currently accepting consignment on gently used sofas, chairs, tables, and more. If you're ready for an upgrade, bring your furniture in for consignment. Then swing over to Habitation Furnishing and Design and let us fill your home with some of the best furnishings you'll find anywhere. Designer Rehab. It's only a matter of time.
Oh, beautiful, our heroes proved in liberation.
Brett, would it be okay to just listen to that whole track instead of doing the show, or would I be remiss in my duties as host?
I would certainly not blame you.
It's hard, but we have to talk about drinking in style and furniture, but that is America the Beautiful by Ray Charles, and just a beautiful rendition following the 4th of July this past week, depending on if you start on Sundays or Mondays. Welcome back to the program, everybody. We're speaking with Lena LoPesio, the new manager at Habitation Furnishing and Design. Jordan Morris is still with us. We have worked our way through a couple of whiskey smashes, so this has been a good afternoon.
Smashing.
All right, so we were talking about the 6 points that make Habitation unique and our philosophy on furniture retail. We talked about the in-house consult, the fact that we have designers who understand the details of how to make a room work, what you want in that space. We talked a little bit about the fact that special order, which sounds expensive, is not expensive. It does take a little more time, but really, we want people who understand that even if you have to wait for a little bit, it's worth waiting to get exactly what you want. That's the customer that we want to really cultivate.
It is. And, when you get the free in-home consultation, you're not out anything. You have people that come into your home and actually listen for a change.
Where else can you get expertise without having to pay? I mean, my wife's a lawyer. This does not happen.
We understand the hourly.
So that's the first two. The third point, though, is something that is absolutely unique, and that is the consignment and trade-in aspect of what Habitation is doing. Lena, tell us a little bit about your thoughts on that.
Well, here's the other problem that almost all of us have. We've already purchased furniture, be it a couple years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. We have stuff. We have lots of stuff, but we want to change. And what do we do with all of our stuff?
It's a problem.
It is a problem.
You can maybe put it on Craigslist and then have some sketchy son of a gun come in and try to haggle you down and then ask you to help him carry the sofa onto his truck.
Or not show up. And, it's a time, energy thing. So what we've implemented, which, I have to thank you, Greg, this was your idea, and I love this solution, is being able to tell a client we can take whatever piece is standing in your way from redoing an area, and we'll take it and we'll consign it and get you some money out of it. Or if it's in really bad repair and you just don't want to deal with it, we'll take it and we'll donate it. We'll take care of the problem. We'll get it out of your way. Which, to have it all done in one house where someone's coming in and taking a look at everything and allowing you to get exactly the color or finishes you need, and also taking away your problem pieces.
Yeah. Absolutely true. And again, we can be talking consignment, we can be talking trade-in credit. It really all depends on a case-by-case situation, but it all starts with that in-house consult. So you've got somebody comes out. I'm pulling this all back together. I'm carrying things step by step. The in-house consult, the expert comes out, how to use the space, what works well in the space, what are the limitations of the space. That in-house consult will also look at your current furniture, your current pieces, tell you what we can necessarily get on either consignment or trade-in.
And trade-in meaning we could literally just give you a few dollars in your pocket and take it away for you.
Exactly.
And use it towards credit, towards purchase of something new. Because isn't that what we like to do? We like to take our old and make it new, but it's our own little recycle program.
This is true. It's the virtuous cycle of retail.
Yes.
I believe I called it. So that's point 3. Point 4, the returnability associated with products.
Here's the other scary thing. The one thing that I do love about the internet is they offer the ability to return it if you don't like it, because they know, on a screen, my goodness, that blue is really purple. And when you get it and you've totally lost your mind and you want to send it back. Now, sending it back on internet is a real hassle. It's, here.
Very fair return department is not something you wanted to go down that rabbit hole with.
Or try boxing up a sofa to send it back out.
Right.
Where exactly do you find that box?
Or if you are buying directly off the floor, perhaps at a big box retailer or what have you, well, you saw what it is. You thought you knew what it was, but you know what? It's amazing. Colors change when lighting changes.
That's exactly right, especially if you don't have any help in the beginning process of making sure you're getting the right color for your space.
Exactly.
So we offer a 7-day return policy on special orders, which is unheard of. We could have a custom piece made for you in the fabric that we agree on and think that is going to be great for your space. And if you get it in for whatever reason, it doesn't match your dog. It's just you just can't handle it.
Get rid of the dog.
Never get rid of the dog.
Oh,
Never get rid of the dog.
No, dog. I have a dog. I love my dog.
We will take it back towards credit to find something else. Our ultimate goal is to gain a client and to make you happy. We want a room that you love and you tell everyone, who helped you with that room. Because really, in the end, we did help you. Right. You were the decision maker. The needs are yours. But we give it out. We want you happy.
That's what it comes down. And again, unlike any other store in town that I know of, really, we have designer rehab, which regular listeners will notice I'm not doing the Habitation blog or audio log. We'll touch that in the future sometime. But we do have a dispossession service, basically, so we can take the items that you no longer need and we can move them right along. And if something comes back and you don't necessarily, it's not perfect, we have an outlet for that.
We do. And we also do a lot of commercial business where we fill a lot of models. We do model homes for townhouses, builders, new apartments, new condominiums. So brand new special order pieces we can still utilize. We're not saints. We still need it to go somewhere, and we're still a business.
Absolutely.
But we've provided a model that we've figured out how to make it worthwhile for us as well, to make you ultimately completely happy.
Exactly. So once again, we've the in-house consultation, we've got the special order options, we've got the consignment and trade-in program, items that you order, even special order items that are absolutely unique, are completely returnable in exchange for store credit, so you can order exactly what it is that you do want and keep working on that as far as you'd like. Number 5, the 5th point, the warranty program. This, folks, is truly absolutely unique. Lena, tell our listeners all about the warranty program.
Greg loves this one because he tends to spill. I'm just going to let everyone know about this right now.
Gravity and I have had a difficult relationship.
And I think this is where the idea was born, to be completely honest. And this was new on me, and I actually loved it when he brought it up. He actually is taking out, for lack of a better word, an insurance policy on every piece of furniture that you buy. It's a guardsman protection program. It costs you nothing. And it comes with your purchase, and it covers stains. This company will come out and remove any stain that you can't get out with some of their solutions that they provide. If you get a deep enough scratch in your table, they will have it fixed. And this is a long-standing how many years is it? I mean, it's wonderful. It's years.
For 5 years. So basically, every piece of furniture you buy at Habitation, the sofas, the chairs, the tables, the side tables, for 5 years, is going to be covered against stains, rips, tears, gouges, what have you. And it serves me as well in that, so you come in, you buy a sofa from us, you spill wine. Now, you have to call within 7 days because the wine stain has to be removed. But a team physically comes out to your home, actually removes that stain. It costs you absolutely nothing, not even a copay. You drag, your knife across the dining room table and you create this huge gouge, scratch, what have you.
Which who doesn't have that cousin? It always happens.
It does happen.
It does.
Or child.
Or child, yes.
We do the Ides of March dinner at my house on March 15th, which is, for those of you who are not historians, the Ides of March was the day Julius Caesar was stabbed to death in the Forum. So I create this huge big steak that everybody gets to go through there. Anyway, so all of that is covered, and it's absolutely covered under the program. It costs you nothing. You buy a sofa at Habitation, and you are warranted. Details can be provided at the store, but really it's unique. So you've got the warranty, and that allows us, for the sixth point, to do what? The trade-in program. As long as you are utilizing your warranty, that means that you're keeping your product in saleable condition, in good shape, costs you nothing. At any point in the first 5 years of ownership, you can bring that item back to Habitation Furnishing and Design and receive 30% of your purchase price towards a replacement piece of furniture.
No questions asked, just literally done.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, isn't that a great solution?
That's amazing.
It's like a guaranteed return option at a car dealership.
We sat down and we said, what would make the most amazing connection to a business where, how would I want to go in and how could they solve every problem I would have? And we thought about it, and we went over every point, and Greg's like, let's figure out how to implement each part. And he did. It's amazing. It's very exciting.
Are you going to make money on all this? This sounds like charity.
Maybe not.
This is fantastic.
I am a businessman, and I've run the numbers. No, it's absolutely true. I mean, these are all different aspects of the furniture business that I've been in that we're trying to bring together into a single value proposition.
It's a big picture. I like it.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it is. I mean, and if you break it down, look at it. I mean, we're giving you 30% of your purchase price initially on a piece of furniture. Now, I'm going to take that piece of furniture. I know it's saleable. I know it's in good condition because I've warrantied it, because I'm sure that professionals are taking care of this, and I'm not going to get some kind of thing. And then we're going to go and we're going to sell it at rehab. So there it is, the 6-point success program for Habitation Furnishing and Design and the value proposition. Lena, I can't tell you how excited I am to have you on board.
I couldn't agree more. So come see me.
All right. So, Jordan, thank you for making cocktails for us.
You're so welcome.
Anybody interested in learning more, please stop into Habitation Furnishing and Design at 4317 Excelsior Boulevard in St. Louis Park. This has been Drinking the Style with Gregory Rich, and I'll talk with you next week.
The way she walks, hey brother, pour the wine.